After 60. What is your body telling you about longevity? Have you ever wondered how many good years you still have left after turning 70? It's a question many older adults quietly carry in their hearts, especially as each birthday begins to feel more meaningful and more uncertain. The truth is, your body has likely been giving you clues all along. Little signals, often overlooked, that speak volumes about how well you're aging and how long you might live. Some people in their 70s still wake up full of energy. They walk with ease, enjoy deep sleep, and stay sharp in conversations. Others, meanwhile, begin to slow down, dealing with aches, fatigue, or a loss of balance they can't quite explain. So, what makes the difference? It often comes down to a handful of physical and lifestyle signs that science has now proven to be strong indicators of longevity. These aren't superstitions or guesswork. They're real, measurable patterns that doctors and researchers have observed in people who live not just long but well. In this article, we're going to explore 7 of these powerful signs. 7 things you can start observing in your own life right now. More importantly, we'll talk about what you can do to strengthen each of them. Starting today, because the goal isn't just to count your years, but to make your years count. So, stay with me until the very end. You may discover that the key to living longer and healthier isn't hidden in a miracle drug, but already inside your own daily routine, waiting to be activated. If you're ready to take this journey seriously, I invite you to join the conversation. Leave a comment below saying, "I'm ready to discover." That simple step tells me and yourself that you're not just curious, but committed. Let's begin. Sign 1. Your walking speed. You might not think much about how fast you walk, but your walking speed is actually one of the most powerful signs of how well your body is aging and how long you may continue living independently. It's not hidden in your DNA. It's not buried in your medical charts. It's right there in how confidently you move through the world each day. Studies have shown again and again, older adults who maintain a steady, brisk walking pace tend to live longer, healthier lives. And it makes sense because your walking speed reflects so much more than just your legs. It tells a story about your muscle strength, your heart health, your balance, and even your brain. Let me introduce you to 2 men, Harold and Sam. Both are 75. Harold takes a daily morning walk around his neighborhood. He moves with energy, climbs stairs without hesitation, and never worries about crossing the street. His steps are steady, his posture upright, and his pace relaxed but strong. Sam, on the other hand, used to enjoy walking, but has slowed down over the years. Now he needs to pause often, feels winded after just a few minutes, and sometimes reaches out to walls or railings for support. His legs feel heavy, his movements seem cautious, even on satin. That difference in pace may seem small, but it could signal something deeper. A slower, unsteady walk can be an early warning of muscle decline, poor circulation, or even neurological changes. And when your legs start to weaken, it often affects every other part of your independence. But here's the good news. Walking speed is something you can improve. Even short, consistent walks can strengthen your legs, boost your circulation, and restore confidence in your movements. Add in some gentle leg exercises or light resistance training, and your body will start responding. So pay close attention to how you walk, not just where you're going, because the way you move today can reveal more about your future than you might think. Sign 2. Your grip strength. It might surprise you, but one of the strongest signs of how well you're aging can be found right in your own hands. Your grip strength, the simple ability to hold onto something firmly, isn't just about hand muscles. It reflects your entire body's health. Research shows that a strong grip is linked to better muscle tone, healthy blood flow, and a well-functioning nervous system. And just as importantly, a weakening grip may be one of the first signals that your body is losing strength in places you can't see. Let me tell you about 2 men, Edward and Martin. Both are 78. Edward has always valued staying active. He lifts light weights a few times a week and never has trouble opening jars or carrying grocery bags. His grip remains firm, steady, and reliable. Martin, however, recently noticed that twisting a bottle cap feels harder. Holding a heavy bag wears him out more quickly. He assumed it was just getting older. But what he didn't realize is that his fading grip was a sign of broader muscle loss. Something that can lead to falls, loss of independence, and even shortened lifespan if ignored. Your hands, in many ways, mirror your core strength. If your grip is fading, Chances are your whole body needs more support. But here's the hopeful part. This is a change you can reverse. Simple daily actions like squeezing a tennis ball, using hand grips, or carrying light weights can slowly rebuild your strength and restore your confidence. It's never too late to take action. So here's a quick test. Grab something nearby and notice how it feels in your hand. Does it feel solid and steady or weaker than you remember? If you've noticed even small changes, don't brush them off. Your grip isn't just about what you can hold today. It's a reflection of how well you'll be able to hold on to your freedom, your independence, and your life in the years ahead. If this message speaks to you, comment number 2 below to let me know you're still here. And if you haven't already, I encourage you to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another insight that could help you live longer and stronger. Sign 3. Balance. Stand on one leg. Balance is one of those things we don't usually think about until it starts slipping away. But your ability to stand on one leg, even for just 10 seconds, can quietly reveal more about your future than you might expect. In fact, researchers have found that balance is closely linked to brain function, muscle strength, coordination, and longevity. The better your balance, the more likely you are to remain strong, stable, and independent in the years ahead. Let's look at 2 women, both in their early 70s. Linda and Grace. Linda enjoys gentle exercise. She walks every day, stretches in the morning, and even practices light yoga. When she lifts one foot off the ground, her body stays steady. She doesn't wobble or reach for support. That kind of stability didn't happen overnight, but through daily habits that kept her nervous system and muscles sharp. Grace, on the other hand, hasn't given much thought to balance. She moves less these days, and when she tries to stand on one leg, she quickly starts to tip over. She grabs a chair or leans against the wall. What she sees as a normal part of aging might actually be a signal, one that her body needs attention. Losing balance isn't just about falling. It may point to deeper issues, like muscle weakening, slowed reflexes, or changes in brain health. But the good news is, balance is one of the most trainable skills we have. Even later in life, simple movements can make a real difference. You can start by standing on one foot for a few seconds while brushing your teeth, or walking heel to toe down a hallway. Light Tai Chi or balance-focused exercises can gently strengthen your foundation. In fact, why not try it now? Stand up, hold on to something for safety if needed, and lift one foot just a little off the ground. Can you hold it for 10 seconds? If not, don't be alarmed, but do take note. The more you practice, the more stability you'll build. And that stability becomes strength not just in your legs, but in how you move through life. Sign 4. Your sleeping patterns. Sleep might seem like a simple part of life, but for older adults, the quality of your rest can quietly shape your future. While you're sleeping, your body isn't just relaxing. It's repairing tissues, restoring energy, regulating hormones, and clearing harmful waste from the brain. A good night's sleep does far more than help you feel rested. It supports your heart, your memory, your mood, and your immunity. Research shows that people in their 70s who maintain regular, high-quality sleep tend to stay healthier, sharper, and more resilient. On the other hand, poor sleep has been linked to higher risks of cognitive decline, heart disease, and weakened immune response. Let's take 2 different sleep stories, both familiar to many. Thomas, 74, made sleep a priority in recent years. He set a consistent bedtime, limited caffeine in the afternoon, and took gentle walks in the evening. He usually gets 7 hours of restful sleep and wakes up feeling alert and steady. That rhythm has supported his focus, memory, and blood pressure. Meanwhile, Gerald, also 74, began experiencing broken sleep. He falls asleep late, wakes up several times a night, and often feels groggy in the morning. Tasks that used to feel simple, like reading instructions or remembering names, have become frustrating. He chalked it up to age, not realizing that sleep disruption could be playing a bigger role than he thought. If you find yourself tossing and turning, waking up multiple times, or feeling tired even after sleeping for hours, it's not just a nuisance. Your body may be signaling that it needs care. The causes of poor sleep can vary: stress, irregular habits, certain foods, or even undiagnosed conditions like sleep apnea. But the encouraging news is this: sleep is something you can improve. Small, consistent changes make a big difference. Try cutting back on screen time before bed, keeping a calm nighttime routine, getting natural light in the morning, and avoiding heavy meals too late. Even light stretching or a warm cup of herbal tea can help your body wind down. Tonight, pay close attention to your sleep. Are you truly resting or just lying down? Because how you rest now can quietly shape how strong, clear-minded, and energized you'll feel in the months and years ahead. Sleep isn't a luxury, it's a form of healing. If you're still with me and this message resonates, comment number 4 below to let me know you're watching. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I invite you to do so now and turn on the bell so you never miss a chance to learn something that could help you live better, longer, and stronger. Sign 5. Your appetite and eating habits. As we get older, the way we eat begins to say more about our health than we often realize. Your appetite and how you respond to it can quietly reflect the condition of your muscles, metabolism, and immune system. It's not just about staying full, it's about staying strong. After 70, a healthy appetite paired with nourishing food becomes one of the clearest signs of vitality. It keeps your energy steady, your mind alert, and your body prepared to face each day. Let's consider two different women in their 70s. Joanne and Elise. Joanne has maintained a steady relationship with food. She enjoys preparing her meals, includes fresh fruits and vegetables, and makes sure to get enough protein and healthy fats. Eating, for her, is not just about nutrition, it's a joy, and as a result, she stays active and energized. Elise, however, has noticed her appetite shrinking. She skips breakfast more often now and feels full quickly, even when she hasn't eaten much. Over the past year, she's lost weight without trying and chalked it up to aging. But underneath the surface, her body may be struggling to absorb nutrients, leading to muscle loss and slower recovery after illness or injury. Loss of appetite in older adults is rarely just about food. It can be an early sign of hormonal shifts, digestion issues, medication side effects, or even cognitive changes. And when your body isn't getting the nutrients it needs, it starts drawing from itself, breaking down muscle, weakening your frame, and leaving you more vulnerable to falls and illness. The good news: there's a lot you can do. If you've noticed changes in your eating habits like lack of hunger, weight loss, or feeling tired more often, it's worth paying attention. Small steps matter. Focus on whole, unprocessed foods. Eat smaller meals more frequently. Stay hydrated. And most importantly, don't ignore a fading appetite. Ask yourself, are you still enjoying your meals? Do you feel nourished or just fed? Because what you eat today will shape how steady, resilient, and independent you remain tomorrow. If this message resonates with you, please comment number 5 below. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss more insights that can help you thrive in your later years. Sign 6. Your ability to handle stress. Not all damage to the body is visible. Some of the most serious threats to your health after 70 come quietly through worry, tension, and the weight of emotional stress. Chronic stress is more than just feeling overwhelmed. It weakens your immune system, disrupts your sleep, increases your risk of heart disease, and silently speeds up the aging process. How you manage stress may be one of the most important indicators of how long and how well you will live. Let's look at two different seniors, David and Earl. David has had his fair share of challenges, medical bills, the passing of close friends, and family tensions. But over time, he's developed habits that help him cope. He journals in the walks each day, practices simple breathing techniques, and speaks openly with a neighbor who understands. He doesn't try to eliminate stress. He manages it with calm, steady effort. Earl, on the other hand, carries his stress like a shadow. He constantly replays worries in his mind, feels anxious about things he can't control, and rarely speaks about what's bothering him. Over time, his body begins to show signs of strain, higher blood pressure, restless sleep, and frequent fatigue. You see, unmanaged stress acts like a silent inflammation in the body. It wears down your organs, disrupts your brain chemistry, and creates a breeding ground for illness. From heart conditions to cognitive decline, the effects are both physical and emotional. But here's the hopeful part. You can learn to handle stress differently at any age. Start with small steps. Set aside time each morning to breathe deeply. Take a walk in nature. Laugh with someone. Limit your exposure to upsetting news. And above all, speak kindly to yourself. These aren't luxuries. They're life-extending practices. Ask yourself gently, when life throws a curveball, do I meet it with calm or do I tense up and hold my breath? Because your ability to return to peace, to reset your nervous system, isn't just good for your mind. It's essential for your longevity. If this message speaks to you, comment number 6 below to let me know you're still here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I warmly invite you to do so. Turn on notifications so we can keep walking this journey together, one small shift at a time. Sign 7. Your social connections. Sometimes the key to a longer, healthier life isn't found in medicine or diet. It's found in your connections with other people. Strong social bonds, whether through family, friendships, or community, are powerful predictors of longevity after 70. In fact, researchers have found that maintaining meaningful relationships can be just as important as exercise or nutrition when it comes to aging well. Let's take a look at 2 different lives. Marjorie is 79. Every Tuesday, she meets a few neighbors at the park to walk and chat. On weekends, she calls her niece or bakes with her church group. These small rituals give her something to look forward to. They fill her days with laughter, shared memories, and warmth. She feels seen, heard, and supported. Then there's Edith, also 79, once very social. She gradually lost touch with many friends over the years. Her children live far away, and she often spends days without hearing another voice. She tells herself she's used to it, but loneliness has crept in slowly, draining her energy and dulling her motivation. While Marjorie's world feels alive and engaged, Edith's feels increasingly quiet and empty. And that silence, studies say, can carry real health consequences. Loneliness isn't just an emotional feeling, it's a biological stressor. When you go too long without meaningful connection, your brain starts to function differently. Stress hormones rise, your immune system weakens, and your risk of conditions like heart disease and cognitive decline increases significantly. But here's the good news. It's never too late to rebuild your social web. Start by reaching out to one person. Write a letter. Make a phone call. Join a book club, a walking group, or a class you've always wanted to try. Even brief, positive interactions like chatting with a neighbor or volunteering once a week can dramatically improve your mental and physical health. You don't need dozens of friends. Just a few consistent, caring connections can protect your health more than you realize. Your social life is more than companionship, it's medicine, it's strength, and it's one of the clearest indicators that your life still holds joy, connection, and purpose. Now that you've heard all 7 signs, take a quiet moment to reflect. Not with fear, but with curiosity. What have you noticed in yourself lately? Are you still moving through your days with a sense of steadiness and energy? Or are there small changes, less strength in your hands, a little more hesitation when walking, or feeling more tired than usual, that you've quietly accepted without question? Here's the truth. Aging does bring change, but that change doesn't have to mean decline. Many of the signals we've talked about today, your walking speed, your grip, your balance, your sleep, your eating habits, how you handle stress, and your relationships, are not final verdicts. They're invitations. Your body is speaking, and the good news is you can respond. You don't need to overhaul your entire life overnight, just begin. Take one walk this week. Call someone you care about. Add one healthy habit to your evening routine. Even the smallest shifts can build momentum. Remember, you are not powerless in this chapter of life. So ask yourself, what's one thing you can do today to improve your tomorrow? Thank you for spending this time with us. If something in this video made you pause, reflect, or feel understood, we'd truly love to hear about it. Please share one small insight you're taking away, something you might try or change starting today. Your words don't just sit on a screen. They help others feel less alone in their journey. If this message meant something to you, consider liking this video and subscribing so you'll be gently reminded when we share more content to support your health and happiness. We're building a space where older adults feel seen, respected, and inspired to live fully, one step at a time. Your presence matters here. If you're ready to begin this chapter with intention, comment below. I'm ready to start.